Good afternoon, I am happy to see you all again. GeoCloud.shop is a company created a year ago. Our objective was to develop a universal platform where you can integrate any software, any data, and provide users with a possibility to use both the software and the data. The first portion is done. Next week the website will go into testing phase. The second portion is still in the works. Essentially, what we're talking about is that this is a geospatial environment where you can use any software of your liking, which you have or don't have, and you can rent it over this platform. Should I use a mouse instead? First off, words of thanks to the companies and the individuals who appreciated the idea from the outset. First of all, it's Rakurs, then Nova Center from Moscow, Edusoft from Petersburg, Bingo from Germany, Supermap is GIS product from China, and Vision on Sky, another Chinese company that creates very decent 3D models like Shura. These websites are already, the products of these companies are already available on our website. Plus, there are about 40 free of charge software programs like QGIS, GRASS, a lot of GIS and photogrammetric packages, mapping packages that you can access for free. They are all concentrated on our website, so we provide a centralized approach, centralized access. There are three kinds of users. Users of software, they want to enter the system and they want to gain access to all the software available in the world. If I want PhotoMod today, I use PhotoMod. If I need Atlas from America, I use it. If I need something else, I use it. There is 170 software programs in geoinformation field, and we hope that all of them will be located within this platform. That's one kind of user. The other kind of user are software developers. We provide a universal platform that is easy to integrate with any software. Actually, there's no integration whatsoever. It's a pretty straightforward desktop solution exploiting cloud. You can change the productivity rate of your software. If you can run several processes in parallel, then there is no limit as to how much you can store or how much you can run at the same time. You can use any graphics. We use Amazon Cloud, and based on that Amazon Cloud we can build for you any configuration for a specific computer or a cluster configuration. There is a well-known software, Acute 3D. Usually they use several clusters of different configuration. It takes us about half an hour to put it all together, set you up. You don't have to buy these systems, you don't have to maintain them. It's all done up in the cloud. This is a second group, software developers. And the third group is composed of data providers, aerial photography, space imaging. Indeed, 95% of it is never looked at all. We all know that. And it is true that the digital globe has good access to data. Others don't have it. They provide you a basic experience. You can download an orthophoto and it might take 24 hours. You don't need to download all that data. The data sits there. Use it up there. Don't move it back and forth. Okay. Hypothetically, a photogrammetric company is running a photogrammetric project for Roskartografia, a Russian mapping agency, or a municipality. Today they should download data, then upload data, then bring it to Roskartografia again for downloading and upload. Here you download data once, do your project, and then share it. Share it with a certain user, and the user will continue using it at the same place. Nobody has stolen it, nobody has copied it. It's all classified. It's secure data. You want to use photo mode, go ahead. You want to use panorama, use panorama. It's all open, it's all in one place. You don't have to push it back and forth. I think it's very convenient, if you ask me. Another advantage is that you can operate it from any place. You don't have to go to your office. You can operate it from your iPhone. If you are on a train or in Africa, let's say, you don't have to drag all these computers around, connect to any iPhone or to any PC, and you can run these processes, especially if these are automatic ones. If there is some manual editing, you can do it, of course. If you push photo mode conveyor, then you can push it anywhere, even if you're sleeping at that time. So, a bunch of advantages. The system is configurable, it is scalable. Evidently, it's not for free, but the advantages and conveniences outweigh the costs. But the prices are reasonable, I must say. Here you can see that we apply a unified approach. A unified approach to all processes in the geoinformation field. You have access through software programs to virtually everything. Plus you'll have access to data, which will be there at a certain moment. What about business model used here? This is what we refer to as pay per use. You basically pay for using it. There is an hourly rate for each software. It varies as a factor of computer, cost of software. There is a certain hourly rate. Statistically, it varies from 90 cents per hour to $5 per hour. The average hourly rate for a 20 to 30 grand software will be around $4. The second portion of it all is that the price of 1 hour goes down depending on how much you use it. If you use the software for a week, you pay at $5 per hour. The next 3 weeks, you're going to pay $4.5 per hour. So the more you use it, the less you pay. This is a model that we implemented in this system. It's integrated. It operates automatically. I mean, that's how it's embedded. There is no prepayment, no down payment necessary. Here you can see clearly how it works. Yeah, that's the principle. Use more, pay less. You pay $5 per hour during first week, This is a year. So we split a year into 6 periods. Each period has its own price. The cumulative price accrues over a year. And at the end of the day, you will pay less. Scalable. I already told you that this feature is also available. It's very convenient. We have a standard configuration. Upon coordination with Photomod and IKSoft, there is a basic configuration for 8 CPU and 8 gigabyte of RAM. There is a different configuration available. Or if you need GPU card, or you don't need one. So the price of the software may change, leading to changes in productivity. But we can configure and set you up within 1 hour. It's all programmed on our website. There is an interesting software piracy prevention system. I don't know if people steal Photomod. Well, they steal everywhere, right? There is a well-known American company, Cardinal, and they banned their sales in India and in the neighboring countries. Why? Because they're stealing it there. So the Indian clients came to me, can you provide the Cardinal software in your package? I said okay. So now the Indians can get it from our system. And this will not qualify as stealing, of course. It's good for everyone, for the Cardinal, for us, and for the clients. Why do we use Amazon? Amazon is the strongest, most powerful company, 30 to 40% greater than the second best, which is Microsoft. They have 16 data centers around the world. They keep expanding. Another data center is being built in China and 2 more in Europe. So far we're hosted by data center in Frankfurt, in France, closest to us, but each client is going to rely on the data center closest to him geographically to reduce the downloading speed. So the Indians will work on Mumbai and the Chinese will use Chinese data centers. The software will be kind of cloned. This is a workflow, pretty straightforward. You log in using Google or whatnot. Did I run out of time? No, I'm still doing good. Then you select applications. For our purposes, it's a software and a fitting computer. So you choose, let's say, Photomod. Next to it, 4 CPU, 8 gigabyte of RAM, maybe several options. You select the one that you need. Then you select storage. We use SSDs at the moment. It ranges from 25 gigabyte to 10 terabytes. I've never seen a project weighing more than 2 terabytes. But if you need 10 terabytes, go ahead and then you start working immediately. Of course, you have to punch in your credit card details or PayPal. Взимаем плату. We don't charge immediately, we charge at the end of the month. Based on actual usage. I don't know, maybe you used up 10 hours or 100 hours. At the end of the month, next to each software there is a billing system that automatically charges you, and the money is transferred to our account. This is a portion of our website. This is how it looks. You can select a company, you can select a category. So it's pretty convenient. It's easy to use, nothing to it, no frills. Prices are visible. When you press the price, you will see a pop-up graph, and you will see how the price will change over time. Here you select the number of hours. It's not like you're ordering the hours. You can work as much as you want. It's just a tentative order. Let's say 100 hours. I want to have this kind of storage for 10 hours or for 20 hours. Maybe I need to download or upload. Here you will see the total price of your project, estimated price. But you are not limited to 100 hours. Or you can work 200 hours or simply 1 hour. Because anyway, you will pay based on how much you used. This is how the system works. We use remote desk protocol. All you need is to press the start computer button, then start storage. It begins to work. The initial start may take up to 3 minutes. The follow-up starts take up to 20 to 30 seconds. So you are provided with a RDB password, then you enter a remote computer, but you use a simple desktop. The application, GeoCloud disk, and you're free to work. You're all set up to work. Nothing else. You can you can upload your data on the storage. That's it. I mean, I think it's nice, and it has a style to it, right? Your questions? You place a lot of various software applications, but sometimes you need to use multiple applications. Are there any automatic data transfers procedures? For example, GBDX platform is interesting in that you can build automatic chains from different producers. I don't see why you would need that. What purpose it would serve? Okay, I see. What difference does it make? The language. You made a product, then you created orthophoton. Then you use ArcGIS. ArcGIS is connected to the same disk. So go ahead and use it via ArcGIS or Panorama or any other application. So I don't understand why you would need that. What's the purpose? Of course, what you described to us is a dream coming true, and it's great that we're getting closer to that point. When Digital Globe connects to it with its petabytes, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So we will have a division of labor. One would offer hardware, others would offer software, and there will be professionals using it. There is a risk of becoming Uberized, to coin the term. I guess automatic cars will soon replace all cabs, like Uber. I just wanted to praise you. There are certain limits in Russia with security, standard non-conformity. In Russia, it's relevant. You have to convert your data properly to transfer data from one application to another. There is a Canadian application, F&D, if I'm not mistaken. It's an universal converter. We'll find something that will put FME to shame. They won't be able to convert it. And I guess it's not about secrecy of data, but confidentiality. Security matters might arise, but I guess there is a way to solve it. Of course, we're going to install our own security system, anti-piracy, antivirus apps. You're the only one who can enter your own computer, right? Using your own passwords. A few blitz questions. Users are accustomed to getting a feel of a new product, like light versions. There is a light version of photo mode here, right? Yes. But you have to pay for it. Maybe 50 cents per hour, because we have to pay for the resource end. So it's very cheap at the first stage. All these companies can go Amazon and offer their own services independently. Why would they want to join GeoCloud as opposed to going solo? Okay, let's take supermarket, and there are a lot of companies selling cotton cheese. A lot of people go to cotton cheese, right? And they can select the cotton cheese that they like. But you didn't say you're going to promote it. We are going to promote it. It's kind of a supermarket, yeah. And the last question from me. Confidentiality or non-confidentiality. Licensing policy works with software vendors, but there is an issue with the content. You said Digital Globe or somebody else. They translate something. Some companies provide free coverage generated by Yandex or Google, disregarding licensing terms and conditions.
So, are you going to introduce some kind of restrictive measures considering the specificity of the work with these technologies? Like, for instance, you know that a company approaches you, a commercial company, which is requesting using your service to process public coverage accessible in Yandex, but which is not to be commercially used. To be honest, I didn't look at it so seriously. Whenever we encounter it, whenever you receive a complaint from the owner, yeah, we'll approach it case by case. We have other things to address before that. Andrei Pirogov, Rakurs, you were just talking about supermarket and things put on the shelves, but there are also merchandisers make sure that this goods is seen very well and other goods are not seen at all. Shall we, as a supplier of soft for your cloud, also to have a good product placement? Yes, there is such a possibility to have good product placement. It will not be there, it is already there. If there are no more questions, there are more questions. There are no more questions. Thank you very much, Yuri.